I'd like to welcome all of you to Parents of People Too. This is brought to you by Parenting OC Magazine. This is the Creativity and Wellness Reset Series. Isn't it time to prioritize you? I think so. I'm your moderator, Janeane Bernstein, and this is the fourth of our series, Mindfulness 101 with Anthony Cupo.
Right.
Before we get started, I would just love it if you could silence your cell phones. You can put yourself on mute, but you can absolutely unmute, raise your hand, put your camera on. We would love this to make this as engaging as possible. If you want to place your setting to speaker view, that would be great. And any questions at any time, just raise your hand or just unmute. We would just want to have fun and get to know you. So I'm going to introduce Anthony Cupo. He is a regular contributor to Parenting OC. He is a trained mindfulness facilitator, TMF, from the UCLA Semel Institute for Neuroscience and Human Behavior. He's a co-owner of Stepping Forward Counseling Center, LLC, and has been meditating for over 30 years. You can find out more about Anthony by visiting steppingforwardcounselingcenter.com. All right, take it away, Anthony.
Welcome, everyone, and especially to my group. I really appreciate your flexibility. I know the date and time was a little confusing, so thank you for this opportunity. So a couple of things just for the housekeeping going back there. If you're unmuted and your cell phone does go off or whatever, it's all part of this process. And all I ask you to do is just be aware of what comes up for you in that moment, whatever it is. And that's what this really is. It's just really for us to look as a community and take away some tools. And my intention for this is for you to all have a better understanding of what mindfulness is. And with that, I would like to just go right in and start with a breath exercise. The breath is something that we get in the beginning of life, right, to the end. It's something that's with us all the time. And it's really a strong tool. And it also lives in the subconscious. So being aware of this breath and using it as an anchor and getting familiar with it can really help self-regulate. That is something that we teach our clients. And it's taught in a lot of mindfulness and meditation workshops. So the breath is the first thing that to introduce yourself to as an anchor. And it works for some people. And again, there's no judgment. It may not work for you. You may need a different type of anchor. Anchors could be sound, it could be sensations. I use a lot of sensations. For my anchors, it could be something you just set your eyes on, whatever works for you. So with that, I would like everyone to take a nice deep breath in and just notice where it lands. So as you breathe in, just notice where that lands for you. And as you breathe out, just notice the breath. I'm going to do a couple of rounds of that. Breathing in, and then just breathing out. Breathing in, and then breathing out. Now, I want to be a little bit more intentional. When we breathe in, if you can breathe in and bring the air to your throat area and just notice how that feels. As you breathe in, bring it to the throat and then breathe out. You could be breathing in through your nose, through your mouth, however, whatever is comfortable for you. Breathing in and out and landing the breath on the throat. And just noticing that. Now I invite you to breathe in to the chest area around the heart. and noticing how that feels as you breathe in to the chest and breathe out. Couple of rounds there. Now I invite you to bring the breath and your awareness to your belly. As you breathe in, filling up your belly, and then breathing out. Breathing in to the belly and breathing out. And just noticing for you, breathing through your nose, through your mouth, or no wrong or right, it's just being curious about it. And now I invite you to do a round on your own, bring it once into the throat area, the next into the heart area, and then breathe into the belly area. And just notice the difference for you and which one you prefer. All right. So there you are. Everyone was meditating. It's that simple. It truly is that easy. It's just being focused. And if the mind wanders, that is very normal.
No.
Even the
It's a.
that's all part of the meditation. Doesn't matter. Okay. So we have a location in Yorba Linda. Sometimes the train comes by when we're meditating, literally. It's just taking that in and just noticing it. So anyway, going back to the breath and just noticing where it lands for you and understanding where you can navigate it, building that tool. So if we're a little bit more triggered, we probably have shorter breath, or you could be deep, being heavy breath, right? Just noticing it because it could be a precursor to a reaction. So breath is a very interesting tool to use. So we're going to be doing box breathing next. Box breathing is something the Navy SEALs use. I also use it before an important meeting. I used it before I even got on here. Just it lowers the nervous system. It just calms it down. It releases stress, worry. Some people use it prior to sleep. Again, it's investigating with curiosity what works for you. So with the box breathing, it's just as it says. The inhale, you inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. The duration is all the same. So this you'll do through the nose. The lips will be closed and the air will come in and out. And I know what I was saying about monkey mind. The mind wanders, just bring it back to the breath. Even the Dalai Lama, his mind wanders. That's how we're made up. So everyone's mind wanders. But part of the mindfulness and meditation helps that wandering mind. You become more aware of it, and the duration of the being focused is longer. So that's how it improves like ADHD and different things like that. The neural pathways become longer. So I'm just going to put my timer here on. And then we'll start with the box breath. So again, we're going to be inhaling and exhaling. And we'll go inhale, hold, exhale, hold. It gets easier as you're doing it also. So just be aware of that too. If you can't hold it so long, it's okay. Just try to stay on task as much as possible. If you, whatever happens, it's becoming aware. That's the meditation. It's not doing anything perfect. It's just becoming aware of what's going on and the reaction to it. So it's like the mind watching the mind. Okay, so we're going to start. And we're going to do it for about 5 minutes. And then we'll get more into the benefits and science and more of the nuts and bolts of mindfulness. Okay. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. 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 Breathe in. Breathe out. And hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Be out. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. pull. Coming to the end. Pull. You can finish the last round on your own. Well, everyone has their screens. I can't see anyone. Normally I would read the room and know that everybody was done. I can't do that. So is there anybody who would like to share what they're feeling?
Kelly.
Hi.
Kelly, did you want to share? Or maybe she's just putting her camera on. Hi, Kelly.
Oh, hi. I was just putting my camera on. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that was really nice. I actually wasn't sure like what this was going to involve today. So I was like, oh, you know what? I really needed that. Like, I've been so stressed, just like the natural things of life, and taking on other people's like stressed energy. And so, yeah, that was actually really nice.
It's amazing what a short period of time, Anthony,
Yeah.
can do. Just finding that moment
Wow.
to dial it down.
Yeah. So nice. I like it.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anybody else want to share?
I felt very relaxed, kind of almost fell asleep,
Great.
but it was really relaxing. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you for sharing, Jean.
Anyone else?
Hi, Anthony. This is Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Hi. It's such a treat in the middle of a day I'm actually laid down in bed and my cat decided, oh, it's nap time. And I never nap. So it's very soothing and very relaxing, and that I can feel my body just feels calmer. So thank you.
Good. You're welcome. All right. So I'm going to explain a little bit about mindfulness and meditation. So the difference between mindfulness and meditation is that meditation is more of a formal practice. Mindfulness is in the moment, becoming aware. In a meditation, it's more formal. So you're setting up a time, you're setting up an intention or a practice. There's so many different practices out there, and they're all good. Some are more focus-based. My practice is called Vipassana, and I go on these 10-day silent retreats, which are very beneficial. But it's more about the sensations in the body, and if time allows, we'll be doing one of those. But any meditation, and meditation is different than mindfulness, also in the sense that meditation is where a lot of the science is and a lot of the studies have been. And what the studies are showing is that meditation activates the frontal cortex. So the fight or flight is really where we navigate our lives through with the brain, the smallest part, the P, but that's the oldest part of the brain. And then the rest of the brain has been developing over the years. And now the frontal cortex is the area that is really starting to develop in humans. And that's the place where empathy and compassion lives. Activation is here. And mindfulness, meditation, activates the self-compassion component also. So with that, with the awareness that meditation and mindfulness brings, what I like to say is that money and mindfulness have the one thing in common, that it gives us choices. Because the more choices you have in life, right, the more awareness you have, is the more choices. And money does do the same thing. You have more choices. The more money you have, the more choices you have, where you can live, what you can do. There's no denying that. But science also has proven that money can't bring happiness, but meditation can. 20 days of meditation for 20 minutes, they have seen an increase in people's mood and people coming out of the state of depression. There's a lot of studies that have been done on that. So one of the things that I like to do is I have this little stop sign, and this is something that we have at Stepping Forward. We ran out of them. We're going to do them again. They're a squeezy, but it says stop, take a breath, observe, and proceed. And we have them throughout the building also. And that is something that we can use, just putting these little stop signs up to remind us to build that muscle, to really stop, take a breath, just observe your sensations, and then perceive whatever you're doing. And if you do that in the middle of the day, you can put it on the refrigerator or in your car. It's a really good place. So many times our clients, when I lead a mindfulness group with the kids, I always talk about like, well, tell me about the experience in the car. And they always, through the interpretation of their parents, they'll explain what that is, which is interesting because I think for us, that's an area where we can really look at being mindful. Like, what am I feeling? And just by putting your hands on the steering wheel and noticing the steering wheel can change the mood or the awareness of where you're at. When somebody cuts you off, feel the steering wheel, right? It's stop, take that breath, observe, and then proceed. Because we really don't know, right? We take that so personal. Like, that person cut me off. That person could be on the way to the hospital to see somebody. We don't know, we have no idea, but we make a story up in our head. So it's just becoming aware of it, not judging it. I laugh at myself when I do that because I don't know. And if I'm on the phone with someone, which a lot of times I am, I'll say, you know what, I'm just tired of teaching everyone in the world how to drive. You know, it's like, I gotta get another profession, trying to make fun of it. But that's because of the awareness of how I'm feeling at that moment. So, so this is something that's like, you put a stop sign around, it just starts teaching the mind, right? Building that muscle. And the more muscles we build in mindfulness, right? In the beginning, it's hard, right? You really have to have the discipline to do it, but then it becomes a habit. And that's really important when it becomes a habit, because between that moment of reaction, there's always a breath. And in that breath is when you can make that decision of how you're going to react instead of the trigger, right? So much of what we do is underneath in our subconscious, right? And we don't really have time to think about. So that's really the biggest benefit that I have seen with mindfulness, my mindfulness practice, and my meditation, and people in the community, is that there is that moment between the trigger and then the reaction, that breath, and in that breath making the decision. It's so powerful.
May I add something to that? Because you got
Sure.
me thinking. So I'm a parent to two girls. One is just 20 and the other's 22. And they're both living at home. And it's been tough the past few years, right? But it's been a growing experience. But what I've learned, especially with being so together, so much time together, is becoming a better communicator, learning to do what you're saying is, let's say somebody comes in and their volume is very high and they're very worked up, not mirroring back that same emotion, right? That same volume, but just dialing it down and having them become aware of their tone and their voice. And I'm like, I'm here, it's okay. Like, and just trying to keep myself calm, right? Because it's so easy to get caught up and create some kind of conflict that doesn't need to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are in Stepping Forward, we say the inside voice. Use your inside voice, right? But yeah, absolutely. And that gives you that moment, right? It's like, okay, having more tools, noticing.
Mm-hmm.
So another exercise is, about mindfulness, right? Mindfulness giving you tools to be able to decide or change your mood, right? The situation, because it's our reality. Everything that we see and hear, it's the way that we interpret it, right? Through our past experiences mostly. So in mindfulness, becoming mindful to what's going on and having tools. One of the tools that I use that will take me out of a day that's a little more difficult, right, is called GLAD. And that is when I look at something like right now, a couple of people have said how grateful they are to be in this space in the middle of the day, right? That, like, just think about that and feeling that, right? It's a good feeling, being grateful for having the opportunity to be in this space. And there's a lot of different ways of being grateful, right? You could be grateful for the basics, the water, the food, shelter, right? Just things that would be impossible to live without, right? And there's a lot of people who don't have it and causing great suffering, right? Or your personal gratitude, right? Of having the amenities in your life, living in such a beautiful part of the world. I mean, we really are right there. Every day, I'm grateful for that. Personal gratitude, right? Then just relational gratitude, the people around you, right? Having a support system and being grateful for that. I'm grateful for my staff. My staff, I could just cry because they're so heartfelt. So it just really, and it's great, right? They're so about our clients and about stepping forward. So anyway, so it gets me, really does, because I just get that. I'm so grateful for that. And then finding something that you're grateful for about yourself, right? Like, I'm grateful that I can honor my staff and create that space for them. So in gratitude and just feeling that, right? Taking the moment for that. And then something that I learned, right? So glad, G's the gratitude. And then the learning, something that you learned. Always looking for that. So if you set up a glad in the morning, then your day will fill looking for that. What you seek, seeks you. That's how reality works. So if you're looking to learn something, trust me, by the end of the day, you're going to learn something. It's setting up intentionally, right? Your life. And then accomplishments, right? So the A is for accomplishment. What one thing did I accomplish today? Did I get a letter off to someone, right? So many times people are in complaint about the politics. Tell them, write a letter, do something about it. Don't complain to me. What did you do? Be in action, right? Whatever it is. And it just changes that dynamic. So something that you accomplished. It could be anything, right? Did you work out? Did you take today? You're all accomplishing coming here. So I'm very grateful for that. And I accomplished that I did this. So it's something that I always wanted to do. I have done in the past, but wanted to do this summer. So, and something that delighted you, right? Could be a kind word that someone said to you, or something that you acknowledge someone else for, or it could be the taste of your breakfast, something your child did. So it's a way that your child behaved. So taking something like glad and, again, using it in your life, that allows you to change. Somebody wrote something in.
I did.
Okay. Oh, you
Be
did.
glad in your own life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So just having that tool to have it, because our reality is like a TV. Take a large TV, and so let's take one of the screens that's at a stadium. That's a huge screen. There's so many pixels. We pick about 20 of those pixels. That's how reality works. So we pick 20 of them, and then we take it in and we process those 20. You can pick any pixels you want. You just need the tools. That's really what mindfulness is about. What 20 pixels do you want to work with? What's working for you and what's not working for you? Instead of getting into a loop, just experiencing the whatever it is, and seeing how it works or not, looking at it with curiosity. So glad, stop, take a breath, right? The stop sign. Those are two really good exercises that I use that can just shift my day. Any questions about that?
Or anybody want to add to that? Something they experienced recently in relation to GLAD?
So I just wanted to say real quick, I am usually a positive person, and I definitely believe in like, laws of attraction, but I'm having a really hard time. You mentioned you have kids, and I have kids too, and they're little, and like, they put me into a space where I snap for little things, and I'm trying to figure out like how I can apply this mindfulness GLAD type course to like my everyday life, because these little kids, they get you, they do things, and I look at them like, are they really doing it on purpose, or it's just because they're little and they want the attention, or maybe because my anger is like what they like. I don't know. I'm just so like,
I want to interject. Anthony, do you mind if I jump in?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so what are you doing for you? What do you do to take care of you? Because it's super stressful being a parent. We were just talking about this before we started. So what do you do to be alone? How do you carve out some time for you?
I guess now I go to work. So I was a stay-at-home mom for like 2
not time
years.
for you.
And as I said, actually now just working a few hours a day. Like today, I'm just picking up someone's shift randomly. I'm like, I'll take it. Like it's only 5 hours. Take it.
Okay. But like, do you have any ability to just go outside, get a blanket, lie down, look at the sky, and think? Like,
that would be beautiful. Yeah. Oh, that's a little more complicated because of their age ranges. Like they're like, one's almost 4, one's almost 2, so they're kind of small. But if I had more of the support system, like he mentioned, that would be something huge. Yeah. But
babysitter.
Yeah,
I might have to pay for like the piece. You're right. I might have to do that. Yeah.
And who's watching your kids when you go to work?
So that's my mom, but yeah, I definitely pay her like quite a bit to work, which was a part of my frustration in the beginning. And then I realized I shouldn't be frustrated for that, because she deserves like an income. She's doing a job, and it's like, just because she's related to me doesn't mean it should be given free. And so that's something that like has made me shift. And I said, you know what, I'm very grateful for her that I have this time. And so I changed my perspective in terms of that. But her energy is so nervous, and she like adds it on to me, that I'm trying to figure out a way to keep the peace and like the happy person that I am. But sometimes I can't, and the mom range comes out.
So I have a thought.
I guess it's just
when I moved to California, I had no family here. There's no one I could have, watch the kids. Okay. My husband had, sisters, they're wonderful. But I reached out to a child development center at a local university, because I knew that students there would love kids, right? And that would be a priority for them. So since you're already paying your mom, I'm not trying to diss your mom, but maybe you could find another resource that would make you feel good, less pressure on your mom, and then try to carve out one night a week where you have that babysitter, watch your kids, and you go take time, go to the movies, go do something.
I know. And that's like, I haven't even done my hair, I used to like get my nails done all the time. Like, no, I have no time, but that time I need to do, because I feel that's probably where my
of course it is. Burnout. Yep.
So Isabel wrote a couple ideas for you, Kelly, but it is about that, right? So you have that awareness, right?
Yeah.
Bring it back to mindfulness. You have that awareness, and like really own that you're not happy where you are right now, right? So I think one of the quickest things for you to do is, when your mom is watching the kids, go get your nails done. Just add it on to coming home or before you leave for work.
Yeah.
You have to do something for yourself, because if you're giving, and you're not getting anything back, right? Like the law of attraction, it's all about that, right? It's an exchange of energy. right? And that to me sounds like the part you're not doing. You're not taking care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Even if the kids
Yeah.
go to sleep, right? When they go to sleep, and if you can take that time also.
Yeah. We lost you, Kelly. Oh. Kelly? Oh,
I know. I'm so sorry.
you
That's
okay?
okay.
It's okay.
This is no judgment. Remember that, Kelly. This is no judgment space. It's okay.
Kelly, this is totally normal and par for the course being a mom. It is the hardest job. Okay. I'd be lying if I said like you crying makes me want to cry. It's so hard. And it really requires you to amp up your self-care. And that might just mean some days just walking, just breathing, it's really hard being a mom. You've got to cut yourself some slack.
Yeah. And I always wanted to be a mom. So it's like harder when you think like, oh my gosh, you're like failing at it.
You're not failing.
Oh, no.
You're not failing.
This is a process.
Yeah. My partner, like he's so great, but he's never around. So like financially he's great. Like he's there for us, but like he's not around to like give me my time.
Yep.
And so that's been another issue because he's working even more. And then so that's less time for me to even like shower by myself or detox, so it's a lot.
Well, Anthony said you have to carve out some time. You really do. It'll just make you feel better to be able to breathe. And it's good for your kids to be away from you.
Yeah.
That's
for sure. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
And then a guest put something in there in the notes also and says, what can I do for me in this moment? That is a question that they ask themselves throughout the day. So it's okay because you have to take care of yourself first, right?
Yeah.
Because the stronger you are, the more people you can help, right?
Exactly.
Right. So you have to take care of yourself. For your family, you'll be better for your family. In mindfulness, in meditation. So what in these long meditations that I do, what you get to feel is that nothing is permanent. So that helps through tough times because this too shall change. It's almost like a mantra. Because in the meditation, a 10-day meditation in silence, you actually feel the molecules in your body. And they're just rising and passing and rising and passing. In every moment, that's really what's happening. Right? If you go into quantum physics, we're not solid, right? Everything it's just moving. So knowing too that this shall change. Right? Every moment in time, it changes. So nothing's permanent. So tough times don't last, tough people do. Right. And you're taking this as a learning moment. You're looking, you're seeking skills, you're seeking. So you just got to honor that. Just take that time and really honor that.
Kelly, are you in Orange County?
Yeah, I live, I'm actually working right now, but I'm taking a little like 30 minutes to do this. I came in for someone like last minute, but it's kind of slow anyway. But yeah, I work here at the water park, Wild Rivers. I don't know if you heard of it.
Yes. And so UCI has the Child Development Center. I feel like you need more resources to take the load off you.
Yeah.
UCI Child Development Center. I'm going to put it in the chat. That's what I did. I was very alone.
Wow.
I just needed more support.
Okay, perfect.
UCI, it's Child Development Center.
And there's regional centers that would help you too. There's a lot of places. There's a lot out there for you.
Yep. And anything like what Anthony's saying, you just need people that you can feel comfortable with, you trust, and give yourself a break.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. Definitely did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so go ahead. Okay. Somebody else had a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a comment, like just to add on to what Anthony said. So I have 4 boys ages from 10 to 20 now. But when they were younger, I just felt like Kelly did, like it was overwhelming and tiring and all of those, right? And the two things that like very wise mom told me that really helped me get through, the first one was that like there's a season and time, a time and season for everything. So this is this season, and then it'll pass. And then when they're, you know, when the kids are a little bit older, things will be better. And it is better as they are older and more independent. I mean, they commit different problems and worries and all of that, but still, like physically, it's less demanding. And then the second thing was like she went through like, you know, out of the 20 years or 18 years that you will be with your child, out of that 18 years, like it's probably first 5 years that's most hard. If you think about it, it's like only a sliver of time that you get to be and be physically with the child, like do something that makes a difference in every day of their lives. So like, I think one of you also said that this is not forever. Like, so that kind of gave me, oh, okay, this is only a short time. Like that really gave me that perspective to be able to get through the tiring and hard times.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good advice. Very good. Yeah, it's true. Everything has its season, right? And very good. Good. Anybody else have any comments or questions before we move ahead?
Just a different suggestion. I tend to use when my children are sleeping for my me time,
Yeah.
not being able to outsource childcare, either getting up before them, you know, setting an alarm. I try consistently to get up 30 minutes before my kids so I can pull myself together and have a cup of coffee in the morning and put my head on straight. And I have my own devotional time and whatnot. Sometimes if the day is too chaotic, it'll be once they go to bed. And so depending on what your schedule is like, I heard that mom say, you know, she picked up an extra shift today, but at some point, you know, the kids do have to go to bed. And so maybe without additional childcare available, that might be when you're able to get some of your me time in. A long shower, a hot shower, watching something, just listening to music, whatever it might be, to just help give you that moment to yourself.
Great suggestion. Yeah.
Good. Yes. Anybody else have anything? Like that me time. So we have about 15 minutes left. So we'd like to do another meditation. And this time we're just going to talk a little bit more about posture before we start. So in the meditation, the posture is very important. So if you're sitting in a chair, or I think Donna said she was laying in a bed, that's fine too. Lying just tends people to fall asleep. So just be aware of that too. And you can always regulate again. If you feel like you're falling asleep during a meditation, it's just breathing a little heavier. But if you notice your seat, where you're at, and then your legs, your back should be against something, especially in the beginning of meditation. So just feeling your back against a chair, because that brings in a sense of safety. So if your back is touching against something, that brings in the sense of safety. And then your hands. So the hand position, if they're facing up, that's for receiving. If they're facing down, the palms are down, then that would be more for going inward. So I actually sit with my hands folded between, and they're usually around my belly. That's what's comfortable for me. Again, it's just exploring what works for you. And over the years, my posture has changed. So that's how my posture is now. But there's always usually my back against something. Unless I'm in a meditation hall, but that's different intention. So with that, then your eyes, you can close your eyes or you can gaze them downward, whatever you're comfortable with. We're going to start off with our eyes gazing down or closed. And then we're going to look at, start feeling again around the nose area, the nostrils, as the breath comes into the nostrils and leaves the nostrils. Just becoming aware of any sensations that are around there. So again, exploring what we're feeling as we go in and out with the air, the inhale and exhalation. And see if you notice a difference in temperature, the length of the air coming in and out of the nostril area. And if there's any sensations, maybe a itching sensation, tingling sensation. So bring your awareness and focus there. Just notice any sounds that are around. The mind may wander, and it will, just bringing it back to that area. The sensations in your experience right now is always happening. It's just happening in the subconscious. And we're bringing it out of the subconscious into the conscious mind. As we're breathing in and out, the breath is in and out of that area. It's a very simple meditation, very easy just to bring the focus of attention to that area. Some of the things that could come up: boredom, normal. Monkey mind, normal. Sleepy. Agitation. Just really noticing what comes up, not judging it. Just noticing. Mind wanders, bring it back. If you're questioning whether you're doing it right, just notice it. If you're doing it right, now I invite you to bring that awareness to the top of your head and noticing any sensations on the top of your head. Bring that awareness to the face, to the side of the head. Noticing where your hair lands. feel any cloth on my shirt. Bring the awareness now down to the back of the neck. Noticing any sensations, any tightness. Bringing the area around the throat. Awareness. The chest. Any tightness. Itchy. Do you feel the cloth? Anything on your skin? Dryness. Bring the awareness to the upper back. Right arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, the hand, tip of your fingers, your palm, left arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, the hand, tip of your fingers, your palm. Bringing your awareness to the front of the body, your right side body, the left side body, the back, just feeling whatever you feel, whatever sensation's coming up for you. Could be the smallest little thing or a big gross sensation. Scanning over the sensation. Noticing if it's a pleasure sensation or something you don't want to feel. And it's okay either way, it's just being aware of it and moving on. Bring our awareness now to the hips. Right leg. Right knee, ankle, foot. Feeling your foot, tips of your toes. Left leg, knee, ankle, foot, tips of your toes. Just noticing, from the top of your head to your tips of your toes, and then from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, just do a body scan. Just noticing. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, speak.
Do you see that question from Isabella?
Yeah, that's a very good question because you're never going to empty your mind. It's not possible. It's not possible not to think, right? Oh, you answered it. Yeah. Because it's just human nature. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's just human nature. And even the Dalai Lama, I tell people he has problems. He can't go back to his own country, right? So everybody has issues. It's how we deal with them, right? And how, again, our perception, how do we want to change it? What do we want to learn from it? So 3:59, I like to stay on time for everyone. I really appreciate everyone coming. And the ones from Stepping Forward, please email. We could do a follow-up, any questions. And also, I'm giving away a free session. Everything's quiet out. Hold on.
Whose dog is that?
Bruno, over here. Bruno, come here, please. Come here, please. Come on. Good boy.
Dog wants to make a cameo.
Come on. Good boy. My plant guy's here. So sorry about that, but see, it's all part of.
Yes.
Right? If that happened in the meditation, which sometimes it does, it just becomes part of. So I'm just noticing the reaction.
So give us one more time where people can find out more about you.
Well, I could put my personal
Okay,
email
good.
address in here. Anything clinical, please don't go do it personal though. We'll help you through Stepping Forward, and we have the website Stepping Forward Counseling Center. But for me, anybody, who are you going to give it to? The free session? I'm going to do a hour session meditation with someone. So. What?
I'm gonna think about how we're going to give this away. Let's see. You have any ideas, Anthony, how we're going to give this away?
Any way you want to do it.
Who has a birthday in August? Anybody have a birthday in August? If not August, then July. Nobody. Okay. Well, then I'll tell you who I was going to give it to.
Okay.
But I don't know if she's still here. Did she jump off? Was it Kelly?
Back. Yeah, she may have gone back.
She left.
But you may have her email address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we give it to Kelly?
Okay. That's great.
Okay. Madison, if you could please email Kelly. That'd be excellent.
Very good.
Fantastic. Thank you all for joining us. And if you want more information or to see the previous sessions we had, which were wonderful as well, Anthony, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's parentingoc.com. We're going to have the videos up at one point, and we're going to continue this throughout the year, I believe. So please keep in touch with us and check back.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you. I'm so relaxed and I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. This was so helpful.
Fantastic. Have a great day.
Good. All right. Thank you.